are here and we are back and we're going to get started. Let me put the subscriber only live. Now, I do not like this thing being this low. I'm like, do I move it? Do I lift it? Do I raise it? Because, you know, it gives the chinny chin chin reality. All right, so I had to do a quick reading on myself. You know, because I've been really hesitating on this move to Tennessee. I've been feeling really reserved about it. I don't know why I am. I just got a big old ace of wands about it. So it's part of my path. It's part of what we're doing. And I'm just going to do it. Why did she come back? Why did she just come back again? So I'm definitely going to do it. Sun card came out for that too. It's just part of my path. So we are going to do it. Okay. Hands off. You know, Jesus take the wheel. Or at least be my GPS. Okay? Anyway, I got to get over the reservations. I had reservations about Georgia too, so. Hey, Carly girl. Listen, it's been a rough weekend. It's been a rough weekend. My chosen family, my chosen sister, lost her partner on the 4th of July. He was a truck driver, so he got in a car accident, a truck accident. Thankfully, only him. I don't know. I think the way that it happened, it must have been like a heart attack or something. You know, part of the truck driver curse, I guess. Because it says something about him veering to the left and then hitting a bridge and then doing some other stuff and then falling onto the road. I don't know if he went over a bridge, like over a highway bridge. I don't know. But it caught on fire. What I do know is he wasn't there when it happened. I know his soul had left before the rest of the commotion. So there was that, and I had to sit with that. And then, you know, there's another mother who lost her child who was out with some friends on 4th of July, on the 4th of July. And those friends came back. He didn't. His name is Noah Wells. So we'll be reading on him today to see what's up with that case. Because it's shady. And one thing that people are learning, because the story broke on Thread, and interestingly, the mother had posted on Thread looking for her son. And the case doesn't look good for the friends, if you know. It doesn't look good for the friends. So I want to look at that because it doesn't look good for the friends. They acted really funny afterwards. So, I mean, death is not cool, but their behavior was even less so. So we'll see what happened with that. Hey, Ladybug. So I want to look into the Noah Wells death. I kind of want to start that off first anyway. It's been bothering me. There has also been a smattering of lynchings that are being ruled as suicides, 3 within the last 2 months, each in a different state. And while that is a choice some people do take, it's rarely one that Black people take. And then some of these aren't even hitting the news, like the one that was here in Miami. Like, you can't find a news story about it, but it happened. With Noah Wells, it took a long time for him to hit the news. See, this is just verification, more verification. I split the deck, and we have two yeses here. There's something not right happening. Hey, Dee Dee. So, in the case of Noah Wells, drinking was involved, for sure. I think this ace backs up the fight. I did see a video of that. Backs up him standing up. Now here's the three friends. They're drunk. Here is Noah. 3 against 1. And apparently it was more people, but it's something about these three. And then we see the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. There's a greediness here. Them thinking they're better than him. Is that a race thing? I don't know. It's a likely factor, but I don't know. This is interesting because something this 6 of Pentacles holds is a scale, right? And a scale is used for weighing things out fairly, should be. But if you notice, these pentacles are not fair. The scales are also used for justice. And we're sitting here in reverse for this. So there's definitely something here. That isn't sitting right. And it's interesting because I have 3 different, what do you call these things? 3 different elements here. The fire, because he got heated and he stood up for himself. Was he the one to cause it? I'm not getting that because this is about personal power, passion, courage. So this is talking about courage. I Oh, sorry. Just got slightly dizzy just then. That was interesting. No, please tell me you're not coming in. Don't come in. I already prayed before I got on. But that was weird because it wasn't like a vertigo dizziness. It was just like a, like a weird vibe. Let me know if y'all felt anything just now. But then there's Earth here. And you know, Earth is, well, okay, water's slow too. So this has been building. This is what I will say. With these 3 friends, but I will say there's a cup that's higher than the other one. So there's a leader amongst this. With these 3 friends, something had been building. You just felt that too? Okay. I'm getting chills. It's interesting. I'm hearing ladies and gentlemen. So I'm guessing they put on a show. What happened here? I'm resisting saying jealousy because I did hear another reader say that, and I was like, I don't know how well that sits because they're like, he's a good-looking guy, you know, he probably got the girl, blah 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 blah. Oh, I do think they did like the same girl. I'm almost getting a bet. I'm getting a bet behind this. Like, I bet I could pull her number, or I bet I could get her before you. I bet she chooses me, like that kind of thing. And it's like a fun bet, a fun competition. Only it wasn't for one. Yeah, this feels like a bet. Like it feels, like what boys do, how they make girls trophies and commodities. Hmm. Okay, but what happened though? Like I said, with water being here with the guys, right? Hey, Jen. Water being here with the guys, and then pentacles being right after. These two slow burning, like slow moving energies coming right after. I feel like this has been something that's been simmering for a while, and the alcohol gave it a release. Because here's what's interesting, the energies that I have underneath this, I still have the same two slow energies. Oh my God. And then I have the two death cards immediately after this, guys. Oh my God. That's interesting. I have the two death cards right after what I'm about to show you. Now, if you're on replay, you already saw that. Um, but okay, I was going to say, we have these two energies here. Um, that's interesting, Carly, because I was trying to feel into something because I am getting the fact that these are girls. Now, mind you, Three of Cups tends to be a girl card, but there was like this tingling of, I think we're in that area with one of these things. So it adds to the bravado. You know what I mean? Like, I got to be bigger. I got to be more manlier. Like that thing, I do wonder. And it's interesting. This card says celebrate the love within every relationship and friendship. So I did kind of get I'm like, I'm going to stay away from that for a second here. Um, yes, Jen, we're on Noah. Sure. Sure. We are definitely on Noah. Okay, so what I was going to say is there's these two, again, water and pentacle energy. So this is something of long awaited, sitting on it, waiting to harvest. And it's a seven, so it's after the six of imbalance, unfairness. But he has more, you know. He has more riz, probably more opportunities, and they might see it in this case as a race thing. Like, of course, you have more opportunities. I'm trying to stay away from race as part of that because that's a very easy thing to tag on to here. But I will tell you, it is definitely an underlier here. But it's more than that. That's what I'm getting to. Is it's more than that. He had the loving parents. He had the attention. This has been simmering, y'all. Um, and he had the opportunities. He had more. Like even the okay, yes, because Noah has more. I wonder what he was doing, like what was his plan? Because he was only 18, but it feels like there's more opportunity, like more of a scholarship, um, more of the school he actually wanted. Like there's something more here about this. Um, Things friends would have celebrated unless they didn't. Okay, so like I said, there's okay, there's an unfairness here. There's an imbalance here. Um, And this is like where the race thing kind of does pick its head up. Like, I'm supposed to be better than you because like that's what society says. But it's like, but you're better than me. In different things, like like more opportunities. And again, it's very easy to say it could be that race liar, but I don't think it's the race as far as like white boys will get away with it. I don't think it's that. I think it's just one of those things that peeks his head out when you didn't want it to, but you feel it. It's there. Um, Especially when you're making a comparison. Especially when we get into red pill comparison. You know what I mean? Because there's on one level, immaturity. I don't think that's one of these things here. There's a blocked emotion, missed opportunity, emotional drain. There's something here that it's weird that both of these death cards are water cards, you guys. Oh my God. Uh, this Ace of Cups, it does feel pent up. It feels, okay, I will say, I don't think this is the same boy we're talking about because I just felt like this surge of intense regret. So I think it's one of the other ones. And he's being blocked. He's being blocked from saying anything. And he's being blocked by the adults in his life. Um, it's one thing to be threatened by your peers, but these are the adults in his life that's threatening him. Like, don't you dare say anything. We'll get you out of this. But he feels intense regret. And he knows how Noah died. Because it's really interesting. I just like heard gurgling, like taking on water. But that's not the kind of thing. Okay. It feels like the death was accidental in the effect that they didn't think it would happen. That's why it went minor and now it's major. They did not think that would happen. It feels like almost like dry drowning, but not exactly. Right. Okay. Because I'm getting gurgling, right? And there's something, I think they got into fisticuffs, it feels like, because I'm getting him taking in water. So it got in his lungs. And that's what this mother is saying. We're going to say he drowned, um, but not the drowning she's thinking. I, I, I think they are going to find he couldn't breathe. It kind of does feel like water mixing with blood, like a puncture to the lungs or something, like getting hit. Not like with a knife or anything, but like getting hit hard enough, a rib breaks or something. There's a puncture. It feels like there's a puncture and there's gurgling. There's gurgling. Um, it's so interesting because there are so many people there. I'm trying to understand what's happening. And then they cleared out. Okay. There are other people who saw what happened and they cleared out. They released a little bit and then they cleared out. Like there are videos starting to hit the internet. You know, there's video that proves they were arguing and fighting. There's pictures that prove they were arguing and fighting. And just the fact that they're lying and saying, you know, there was no service, but how are we getting video? How are we getting pictures? Because kids keep their phone in their hands. Um, there was panic. So people left. Too many people know. I'm just going to say what I'm hearing. There were 2 deaths that day. Like Noah and I guess I'll say innocence. Um, this feeling of immortality. Because there was 2 deaths that day. Yeah, Jen, you had just come in after I said that. There was competition. I got that there was like a bet to talk to this girl, like to get her to choose who she wanted to talk to. But it also feels like this one of the boys in particular was in competition with him. Um, Now, I do think one of the other boys might have had different kind of interest in him, but it doesn't feel like the perpetrator. But we have both death cards. We have the five of cups. So there's this mourning, there's this regret. The community is shattered here, but then there's the actual death. Um, okay. It's a lot of water on this board. It's a lot of water on this board. So far, we're at 4 water cards out of 7. And we're about to add another one. This page of cups, this is the idea, the foolishness of this idea. Um, I would also say, given that it's a page, um, this is just amongst the youth, period, that were there. There's this one lady, for instance, who was on Thread saying, oh no, my kid was there, and they said on Snapchat that, no, he got in somebody else's boat and he left. And it's just like, so they're spreading alibis. So it feels like the young people are creating stories here, similar to what happened with the Texas situation. They're creating a different story here. They're trying to get their story together. The other ones who were there. Of course, they hadn't been interrogated already, which they should have been. But it's like trying to get their story straight, trying to create something, trying to figure out what this is going to be. Because again, there is a lot of um, nervous, regret, um, unstable energy here. And the 3 of Wands is, you know, it's plans not working, but it's also, I guess we're going back to those 3 boys, right? We're going from fire to water. Again, one separate of the other 2. I'm telling you, there's one main one who's separate of the other two. There's a possibility that they might throw him under. They might not protect him. I think he's going to be found to be culpable. I don't mean that he's going to go to jail or anything. I'm just mean like there's going to be a narrowed focus onto this one particular person, not all three of them. But I will say the evidence is going to be tainted. Um, uh, hey, love. The evidence is going to be tainted. Um, but it is going to come. There's going to be, I want to say like a clincher piece, like one that said, okay, mm, hold on. I have to cough really quickly. One second. Right. Yeah, I know about the George Floyd. Here's the thing. There, one, I don't have any, and this is probably just human me, I don't have any confidence in the justice system. So I feel like with the complication of the evidence, especially with the kids creating things and stuff like that, because now I'm in all pentacles, other than this judgment. I have pentacle, pentacle, pentacle. So now I'm in all pentacles. So, and already people are like painting him in a bad light. Um, but, or, and then conversely, like, we have to wait for all the evidence, guys. We don't know what happened. He probably got on somebody else's boat because this is what we do in water communities. I'm like, I live in Miami. um, love you, girl. So, yeah, so I don't really have hope for that because here's a judgment thing. So this could be because it's fire. I think it's what's already happening in a degree, but at the same time, I feel this further down the road as well. So, um, like if there's a trial, I think it's going to be more like a mistrial or the inability to clearly find the culprit because there's too much muddy evidence. So that might be the thing. Again, I'm looking a little bit further down the road, and that could change because there is an opportunity of someone from somewhere that you wouldn't think who's going to deliver the actual puzzle piece. Because this is relief, help, hope, assistance. So, and then there's delayed celebration. So it might be a mistrial and then have to be another trial. That's very possible because on this hand, I have a Two of Pentacles, unbalanced. I think that's where we're going to be headed to, is that this is likely going to be a mistrial. Um, And it's so interesting because I just learned about this. It's like when they were doing like the lynchings in the earlier days, because it would be like a mob lynching, nobody would snitch on each other. And so there was some term, I forgot the term, but it was basically like we couldn't figure out which one put the noose on his neck. Like we couldn't figure out which one did the, you know, one put the noose, one did the hang, one did, that kind of stuff doesn't wash when the black people are the defendant, but when white people are, it's definitely a case that they argue. So I think that's what's going to end up happening, or it's possibly going to be a mistrial because he can't get a jury of his peers, is too tainted. So I think that's where we're going here with this. But I will tell you, because I got Foursquare here, it is going to be boxed in. It is going to be delayed celebration. So I think a second trial will get it because we have our first sword. Our first sword. And this first sword is, again, feeling being trapped. So I think this is when it's, gotcha. So there could be a delay to the trial, a mistrial, got to move it because he can't get a jury of his peers. It's one of those things. But it will eventually become a box and trap them in. And then we will figure out which one is the magician because the other two are going to snitch. They're going to get plea deals, or because these are all adults. So they're going to get plea deals or something in favor of who did it. They're going to know who did it. Yeah, they're going to snitch. They're going to know who did it. You know, it could be that. It could be that Ben Crump moves it. Like, nope, can't, and then petitions to move. So that could be what happens. There's something that delays it. Is, oh God, I'm getting chills. There's something that delays it, but that delay is perfect because the delay is when we then get that evidence. So it could be evidence of there being a tainted relationship, and now it's like, oh, you're messing with it. Because this is delayed, but it's a celebration. It's going to happen. And when I saw this, I saw affluenza, the Nine of Pentacles. I'm like, affluenza. Yeah, because 9 and then 10. So yes. And then the revelation, the sun. Absolutely. And then he's going to get called on his recklessness with this Fool card in reverse. He thought he was going off a cliff, going somewhere else, but it's not going to happen. It's going to, at least this first set of trials, because there is an appeal, it looks like, that's going to be had. However, that appeal doesn't look like it's going anywhere. And then the family gets to finally celebrate, and lock down for good, justice. Damn. He could also find justice in jail as well. I think he could also find justice in jail as well. I don't think Noah's leaving. I think Noah's going to stick around to encourage people with this trial. This doesn't feel like Noah walking away and leaving. It feels like he's going to stick around. Considering it's another water card, I'm going to go with this being Noah for sure here in this case. And we have so much water on here. So much water, so many pentacles. So this is going to be slow. This is not going to be fast. This is going to be slow. But I will tell you, there will be justice here. It's just going to be very, very, very slow. And the justice could be as simply as knowing who did it and what happened. Because that's the part that lets things get put to rest. But there will be new information coming out, and he will be painted as the devil he is, and he will keep his sentence. He has to face the piper. There's the second sword of this whole thing. He has to face the piper. He has a lot of water and a lot of earth. So this is karmic. This is something that he's going to have to deal with. There's another water card, the emotional manipulator. So, in the case of Noah, these boys did have something to do with it, but it was a ringleader more than these boys. I do think one of the boys did like him in a different way. I do feel like it was a competition between Noah and this one particular boy. And on one hand, there is a racial issue, but it's not actually the issue. The racial issue now is with the world. It's with the parents. It's with, it's with Mississippi. It's them, but it wasn't really with them. There was like a little bit of it, but it wasn't really with them. That's not what I'm feeling. You know, not in an egregious type of way. The one who caused trouble was very likely going to be, one of those guys. This is him in his beginning before those thoughts were fully formed. So what I'm getting is it did rear up like I'm supposed to be better than him, but he was jealous of what Noah had. And I got a feeling it's the one with the least loving family that feels that way. Chances are it's the one with the judge. And there's a yes card. And there's strength to that. Oh, because there she is, Queen of Wands. Now, I'm not so certain of that, but I am of the other things. I could feel the gurgling. So it's like either his lungs got punctured or something, or he took on water and it was like dry drowning, which if you swallow water, there's another yes. There's another yes. Yeah, there's something that went weak here. So I feel like he took on water. And like I said, if his lungs were also punctured from like a hit with a rib puncturing his, I don't know. It feels like I can't breathe, like, because there's stuff where it shouldn't be. Yeah. So, like I said, because it's shallow enough, but like when I learned about dry drowning, I was like, it just unlocked another fear because you can have a kid who takes in too much water, go home, and then they die in their sleep because they have too much water and you didn't know it. So I think that's part of it. And yes, drinking was part of it as well. I'm hesitant to say pills were also involved, but it does feel like there were presence of the drogas as well. But they're definitely, he definitely stood up. And then the other guy got aggressive. So they both were aggressive, but one was standing up and the other one was just being an asshole. So, and it's the one who's going to be outed by his friends. They got that evidence, and his family feels like it's working really hard to hide it. Because we can't dare have a white boy go to jail for killing a black boy. But there's a lot of it, though. That's the thing. There's a lot of kids there. And there's already footage coming out. Now, mind you, some of that footage is already being doctored as well. Okay. Thank you for that. And it's funny because I was just saying thank you for that, and I was saying that actually to Noah, and then here's the card I get of Noah, the Eight of Cups. So I'm gonna take it that he's saying, okay, we are on the right track here. Because there's a page of pentacles that's saying yes. Now, mind you, there's a four of the Emperor card. Ooh, and then Judgment. I was going to say the Emperor card feels more like our perpetrator, and then here's the Judgment, and then the World card comes from him for him, and then, like I said, there's going to be some evidence that really gets there. Chills. And then the Lawyer. It's not a sword, but it's the lawyer who chases the big cases. So this is Ben Crump, the lawyer, and then there's the Celebration, and then there's the Justice card, and then there's the Karma card, and then there's that part finally coming quickly. Again, the manipulation here, and finally the sword of being released from this anxiety and this unknowing, and that would be for the mom. I mean, it's going to be heavy. She would have lost a child and, in a way, lost some faith. But she'll be inspired to keep moving, to keep his name alive. But the internet is a dangerous place. All this bickering back and forth. It's amazing. Now, you have to remember, a lot of bots. A lot of bots. But also, racism is just so disappointing. Because, again, what I'm essentially getting is that it wasn't necessarily a racist thing. It's a flavor to it because it's Mississippi, right? And the boy would have been raised a certain way. But it was more jealousy with the tinge of racism. He has more than me. And I think racism would have been a bigger issue for him later in his life, should he make it to later in his life. But it wasn't the issue. It really wasn't the issue. That's what I got. But I also get the tower comes. So that will happen. And he will be taken to prison. So it will happen. It just takes a while. All right. Let's move on from that one. Again, thank you, Noah, for helping put the story together. I had got the lights when I was reading on it, so I was like, oh, hi, you came. Good kid. Arrogance of youth. Okay, what was my next thing? We already read on Mitch. And yeah. So, well, let's do this. Will they be able to successfully keep Mitch's movements or non-movement hidden to the allotted time of first week of August? Is it first week of August or 13th of August? It's either the 3rd or the 13th. Yeah, Carly, it's been plaguing me. Also, I actually stayed up till like 9 o'clock this morning. I was going to read last night, and then I was on Threads and just reading and reading and reading. And I was just like, how do I get off of this thing? This is interesting. Speaking of Mitchy Poo, this wife of his, boy, she was, I won't say a honeypot, but I will say a handler. 3, the Empress, she was much, much, much definitely a handler. It's really interesting because I did watch Livy's reading on it, so I'm not going to rehash that part. She read about his wife, but I will definitely say she was a handler. She was definitely his handler. And then we got this 9, this hermit. So we have 2 majors. To me, if you look at them, that's these people. He's wandering the spirit world already. Whether they got him being ventilated, whatever, he's already there. He's there. And if you notice, she has her back to him. So obviously no love lost, but also she did her job. Um, so what was my question here? Oh, okay. My question is, are they going to keep him hidden until the allotted time where, according to their rules, um, nobody can be put in his place? Or is Bashir going to grow some balls? I don't know. It looks like the law is going to step in. Interesting. She's still here. Now, these are yeses, so I don't know what I was asking. And it wasn't just CPR, it was CPR with that plunger looking thing. I forgot what they call it. It starts with an L. It's brutal. Um, this is a wisdom card, so I think the law is going to dictate something here, or Bashir is going to be doing it armed with the law. Because in truth, can't he do like an acting thing? That's what I wrote down as my question. Can he do like an acting senator? You know, like just install somebody until Mitch is able to handle his job. You know what I mean? There's somebody here. Is Bashir's not gay, is he? Wait, isn't he? No, that's not the trans person. I think that's a different state, right? Yeah. Um, besides, the trans person was in Congress. I don't know much about Bashir, but I don't know. Maybe he's just thoughtful, but it feels like putting the foot down. Like, okay, I'll go see if he's okay, you know? Or, no, that was Tennessee where that other lady was. Okay, tell me. Is It says be sharp and discerning, cut through the illusions, and get to the heart of the matter. This is definitely that. Are you watching the girl that's posting Hefe's card being there? I'm not watching anything. Like, I try not to watch anything all weekend. I had enough going on. Um, Nature doesn't hurry, yet everything is accomplished. You're speaking to me. Okay, let me ask a clear question, because these two yeses could have been to either one. I said, are they going to hold him off, or will Bashir grow some cojones? And I kind of get like yeses for both. So I think that is the thing. Um, it's like yes for both. All right. So what's going to take place with regards to Mitchy Poo over the next fortnight or so? I think his body's going to give a four of swords. And then again, the law stepping in. I think his body's going to give. Maybe there's a petition to a federal court. Because we went from a queen to a king now. So queen is like internal, king is external. So maybe he's trying to work with them in Kentucky or something. But now we have to go bigger. I think Mitchie's going to give out. This is the mausoleum card. This is the Four of Swords. We got two swords here. So this is definitely about law and legal and prevailing over that. It's swift action regardless of what, too. We have three Swifties. Ugh, not those. Yeah, machines and meds can only do so much. I mean, that's true and it's not at the same time. Because, for instance, you had the dead woman who gave birth and she was dead. There's something definitely incomplete here. And this body is going to give out. There's just no way. I don't even think the machine's going to be able to pump it up. It might be the kids. It might be the kids. Or the wife gets the okay from her Chinese people to go ahead and let him go. Because it would foil the administration. But that said, I think he's going to be gone before the month is over. The world is here. It's just incomplete, unfulfilled disconnection. I think the plug's going to be pulled. There's just, I know the nurses can't talk, but it feels like somebody wants to. It feels like somebody wants to talk. Okay. Somebody's going to talk. Somebody's going to talk. We got another sword here. We have communication. We have the internet. We have, I won't say leaking, but I will say getting information where it needs to go. Somebody wants to talk. Massie was Kentucky, wasn't he? Because the man is going. Bro, this Four of Swords is not going away. Yeah. They're not going to win this fight. Bashir will. Okay. Ooh, chilies. All right. Show me what happens. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, we got a government brawl, y'all. There's this right here. And some hidden agendas are peeking their way out. And you know what? There's our leaker. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. Our leaker's here. So, somebody's going to talk. And it's going to be in the government. And they're going to do it for a reason. What reason? Because, y'all, we got a 9 and a 10. Okay, so there's a partnership here. And this partnership is against the Emperor. I don't remember our reading, but I'm not sure. I think we got the 9 of Wands for Massie during his reading. And when I got that somebody was going to talk, this came next. This is the messaging. This is the information. Well, information's more the swords, but this is the paperwork. This is the messaging. This is the proof. No, not really, because the proof shows up here. Oh, and then the sun is here, and then the strength of what comes out is here, and then they're not able to hold on to it. There's the four. There's a Two of Pentacles there. As this man finally gets to cross to the great beyond. Ace of Cups, he doesn't get a new start. And the Moon card does come. Ooh, shit. These people in trouble, y'all. The ones lying and say they talked to him. Girl, we got every page out here. And these pages, I'm going to go with Andromeda on this one. These pages are the people who work in government who overhear stuff. And they don't get counted. And somebody's running stuff back to, is that MTG? Possibly. She's not in reverse, so this could be the other ladies of the house. Because then we get all this news about it. And this news is going to tell about these people who pretended they talked to him. Did y'all see Massie's response? Massie was like, I talked to him for 20 minutes and he said, release the files, end the war. I was like, oh my God. Um, oh, because they're not buying the bull. Look, all 4 pages. Yes, there's some malicious compliance going on in that place. Look, there's the other page. The spread the message, set the fires page. They're going to be telling everything. And they're going to have to accept it. They're going to have to accept the loss. I think we're playing Let's Make a Deal. I wonder if this is Massie making a deal with Bashir. To step in. I won't say he's as good as having a dem there, but he does have some scorched earth to do. Because Mitch just got in, didn't he? He has 3 daughters. It says 1 deactivated. Who has 3 daughters? Okay. Okay. So yeah, they're turning on him. Because look, there's again, the spiritual absolute. There's the 2 of wands. There's a plan here in place. And then there's celebration about him being gone. And this is those reps, the GOP losing. I think Mitch just got in. Did he just get in 24? Because if he just got in 24 and you can put the other guy in, does he get to stay the full 4 more years? Okay. So, I can't look it up because I left my keyboard over there. There's something here, though. There's some truth to this. There's definitely some truth to this, and there's a plan in play. I think that's a partnership. I think, and decision making, aka deal making. I think Massie's dealing. I don't think he's a good guy. You know, he did vote lockstep for like 99% of everything. And I like him being on the edge of the out because he's scorched earthen right now. And there's some hesitancy of like, what type of senator would he be if he still has 4 more years, you know? Is he going to lockstep again with the GOP? Or is he going to lockstep, is he going to be the answer, the antithesis of Fetterman? So let's see. Is Massie going to get it? Is he going to get, is he going to get the Kentucky nom? I mean, we need a, I was going to say, we need a Dem there, but I don't know if there's real Dems in Kentucky. I will tell you, justice does show itself here, as does the hidden agendas, as does the government. I think this is because we're going to get somebody who goes after them for treason and stops their world and helps us break free and work from the inside out with this Page of Swords. Yes, because here comes, oh my God, yes, yes, yes. Because here, oh my gosh. Okay, whoever's getting in is big money. I don't mean like money, but I mean like they're a threat. They are a threat. They're a big threat. In a good way. And it might be Massie because here's our kids. Here are our kids. Here is our pedo card. Because isn't he like really a libertarian or something? Girl, for real, me too. I do hope she gets locked up. This was supposed. Oh, it was his last year? Okay. Which is all the more reason then. Okay, okay, okay. Because he has. Because, okay, this is what I'm getting. I'm actually getting sincere regret again for his poor judgment. He knew he should have stepped up and stepped out earlier. But that's why I'm like, is he libertarian though? Because there's a hangman here. Nope, he has a new perspective. And he's seeing the traitorous things and the infiltration of the other countries. It's not just about money, it's about control. He would be their worst nightmare. He would be this guy's worst nightmare. And this guy's worst nightmare. Narco and Toddy Waddy, he would be their worst nightmare. And there's MTG. She will champion him to do it. I think this is what's happening. This is what they're manipulating to help take it down from the inside. Because there's a relaxation from fear and anxiety. I think they might use him as a Trojan horse to start resetting the balance. Who the frick is the King of Wands? Who's the King of Wands? This was the Pope. We're not in the Pope area. Who is this? No, the Pope was the magician. I don't know who King of Wands. Well, King of Wands was the Ado leaders. Oh. See, libertarians are dangerous because you don't know which way they're going to go. It's like they don't actually want a government. Like, Massie is a wind chime. He's a wind chime. Which way does the wind blow? But this looks like, just these three cards alone, he's going to be their nightmare. Because justice will be served. Think about it. You had to have Shady Pants come untie a block one time, untie a tie one time. So that means it's very close. Seven of Cups. That's the thing with him. I just don't know which way he'll go. Truly. And the Queen of Swords. I don't know if that's Susie. There's definitely foreign here, but I think it's the foreign dignitaries, like, actually looking. Okay. I don't know where I want to go with this. If I want to go anywhere with that at all. Well, let me see. Will Massie get it? I don't know. I think with MTG on his side, he just might. Because everybody's leaving that camp. Matter of fact, I see an article right now at MS Now. It says, leaving the Red Hatters. That's being posted on MS Now. There's something here that's not being revealed. Let's find out what. There's a Four of Pentacles here. And I'm getting it as unlocking secrets. There's a Nine of Pentacles right here. This is Ollie's. There's a Queen of Swords. It would stop her confirmation. It would throw a wrench in it because if they try to put Eileen up or even Blondie up, he will stop their confirmation. I think they promised it to Blondie, not Eileen. They promised it to Blondie. Oh my God, they did. But there's a 5 of Cups here. No, sweetie, you're not going to get it. He is going to block. Okay. I feel like that's part of the job. That's part of why we need the Senate there in the right place. He will block confirmation. Because that's what they're working on. They're not done with their plan. They're not done with project 2525. They want to finish it. And they need Blondie in the seat. And I'm getting that it's Blondie, not Teddy, not Ronald. Okay, so are you saying that they have Blondie in mind for a black robe? Yeah, but it ain't going to happen. Yes, but it's not going to happen. This is the manipulation they're working on, but it's not going to happen. She will not withstand that confirmation, especially if they can get someone with the right mind in place. Okay, so what are we talking about then here? I forget. July is a split month. I wanted to see if I could read on that, but it's only been the first week, and it's the second week that splits. Can we read on the second week now? We can't. It's still a nightmare. It's the second week that splits. But don't despair. This feels like them overseas people are cooking. He's going hard after AI. Okay. The AI people. Okay. But let me tell you something about those people. They will put you in a mausoleum. However, I think he'll be protected. There's a 9 of Swords here in reverse. But the thing is, he will be threatened. He will absolutely be threatened. He's already been threatened. Duh, they put money up against him. So he's their worst nightmare. Jack did an interview with Johnny. That's interesting. Yep, see? Those packies are watching. They are watching. Still the nightmare card. Okay, so my question then was, I dropped my card with my question, so I'm trying to remember my question. Let me pick up my card. I wrote down the questions. Oh, yo. Okay. Oh, where are we in this story? It's like I can't ask necessarily about the rest of this month yet, but I wanted to see where we are in the story. So I wrote that on the back. Where are we in the story? Okay, so some of the things that I have here, I know you can't read it, but this is in case I flip the video. If I cut this out and make it a short, I might. All right, so I did read on Noah. Thank you. I was wondering, remember I was talking about Mitchie's bruises that he had in 2020? They were like bruising here and bruising here. And I thought it was the Russian beans at first, but we got like a no, it wasn't the Russia people. So now that I see how his wife is moving, I'm like, so was it the Chinas? Are those the people? And it's just so crazy that we're ruled by these three countries here: Rus, Chin, and Is. Um, it's just, it blows my mind how much influence these three countries have on ours. Look at him. Look at them. All these foreign people. Look at that. 3 and 3. Just in our business. Get some business of your own. Just in our business. Okay. Toddy, Toddy, Toddy. Am I going there? Okay. You guys. Toddy, Toddy, Toddy. Toddy, Toddy, Toddy. Toddy, Toddy. The boy is being paid handsomely. 10 of Pentacles. He's been paid real handsomely for his ass-ninery. Interesting. That's interesting. So, so there's a 2 of Pentacles here to keep it imbalanced, to keep it untrue, to keep it hidden. But okay. And he's still trying to press that fund, that slushy, and that is it's not 100% his goal. He has a few jobs that he needs to do, but that slushy is one for sure. All right, I see another thing poking out. Okay, hold on. So this was also poking out. Hold on. Oh. Okay. All right, so we got the Hierophant here. Oh. Todd's about to get some pushback, you guys. Because here's the Hierophant. I feel like this is our little people. 400 people and 100 people. This feels like a ring of fire. It's Earth, though. They move slow, but they're waking the F up. This feels like a ring of fire. I wonder if there's something that he is about to get deposed on. What does that mean? Note for future data centers now, just water and money laundering mini cerns. I don't know. I get them as water reservoirs. I don't know. I'm getting, I will say real quick that I'm getting pulled into something galaxy-wise with that. There's a galaxy thing. Something about galaxy and stars. I'm kind of getting it like Cerebro from, what's the thing called? Not Magneto. X-Men. Like how you can locate people. But I'm getting it for locating the other mutants. So, yes, kind of. Anyway, yes, Todd is in trouble because there's a queen here and he's not going to be able to fulfill his job. In fact, he's going to get put out to pasture. He's going to get put out to pasture. He's going to get put out to pasture. Because it's really interesting. Because one of the things that I see, well, now that this shows up, but I also saw, okay. I also saw the star card. So I was trying to fill in, is this another foreign interest? Or is this something else? Because what is on the table is the hangman. And that's supposed to be, oh, suspension. Because I normally go hangman, new perspective, but no, literally suspension. Um, that's water though. Water's slow. No, I'm taking it to bend slow. Now it's going to move. Water just wears down. Okay, because we have another water card, which is Chariot. Nighty night, girl. But the other water card we have is a Chariot. And this Chariot is kind of swift moving. But again, it is... Okay. Who did it? 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 Hold on. There's malicious compliance in the DOJ. There's malicious compliance in the DOJ. Hold the phone, because he had a P tape get leaked, right? Toddy, Toddy, Toddy. The P tape got leaked, and the cake recipe was sent to the lawyers. Huh? Yeah. There's malicious compliance. Somebody is using within their... Oh, and they don't care. They do not care. Good morning, Sean. They don't care. They are wielding what power they have, and they don't give a shiznit. They're trying to find the leaker. They're trying to find who is doing this. Because why would we bring up the P tapes? You know what I mean? That's old hat. Why would those find their way out? Who's the Queen of Cups? That's Stephen. This is not Stephen. This is somebody in the D.O. Like a paralegal or something? Yeah, because they're... I think this is internal, period. Internal thingamabobs. This is internal. Yes, they are bringing it to light, and they're actually the good guys. Oh my God. So is that what we talk about? All right. Is there malicious compliance? They sat on this for a while. This was a big one because they know they're going to get fired or something. They know it's going to change their life. They might go to jail. I don't know. Night, girl. Malicious compliance. Are we talking malicious compliance within this D? Oh. Are we talking malicious compliance here? Within the realm of Todd. Within the realm of Todd. Are we talking malicious? Hey, y'all, if you're new to me, I keep forgetting that. I forget that it's not just us girls. If you're new to me, y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can come play with us and talk to us, because that's the only way it happens. You guys, this is interesting. Who's trying to be seen? Ooh. All right, you guys. So who hit the deck? We have the 9 of Cups hitting the deck, but the energy of this 9 of Cups is a 5. Ooh, shucky ducky. When I say we do have some malintent going on here. Whew, yes. Okay, so we have the 5 of Pentacles out in the cold, ass out, like them kind of people. But remember, Pentacles are also kind of documents, right? Sometimes. And since we're talking this particular DO, please. Um, I think we have some documents that are making their way outside that's not supposed to be outside. And these are documents that expose la trahison. Mm-hmm. Because that's the three of hearts with the three of swords, through the heart. Here's the thing. There's so many choices, but what choice are they choosing? They are choosing the path of good. They are choosing to be strong women. They are choosing to make a stand, but it feels like they're also covering their tracks a little bit because they know what to do. It's so interesting. So one of the things that I just got right now is that they had been watching to see how things are done and to see what they can get away with. In other words, if you recall, some point last year after Signalgate, they had talked about all the offices being bugged and AI'd and everything. So these people have been carefully watching to see how that actually works. They've been carefully watching to basically know where not just watching. That's interesting. Okay. Not just watching, but also, you know, getting to know people. Because I'm hearing getting to know you. So they've been very careful, but they had the whole time been guided by the star of their integrity. They've been moving in silence for a very long time. This is good. Okay. So what's over here is the 6, which is the Lover's card, and the 21, which is the World card, which is completion. Oh my God, followed by the 5 of Cups. This is a minor arcana death card for me. So you guys, their intent is exactly what it is. Bad. And they have help. The Lovers. They have help. They have help. They have help. They have help. Okay. There's the bad. That's the 4 of Cups, refusing. Are you outright refusing orders? There's some manipulation going on here. I mean, I guess that's easy to do when people don't know their job, right? Very discontent. We have the 10 of Pentacles here. Again, broken tradition, family conflict, lack of stability, financial loss, disinheritance. They have lost control of the D. Oh. They've lost control. Now, the people can't just leave their jobs, but they can reveal things. And they are revealing things. This is interesting. What I'm getting is that they're sitting there pretty smug, y'all. They're feeling kind of good about themselves. Because the work they've been putting in over the last year and a half is finally starting to be seen. Okay, so because he's so flustered. That was me. Hello. Yeah, he's so flustered. Okay, show me that. Okay, yes. There's a leader, the Queen of Swords. There's a leader. And I do think the leader is from the cabinet, the woman who is always our Queen of Swords at one point, and her name was Susie. She's leading because there's manipulation here, And then there's a broken relationship, broken promise here. There's sneaking around, conversing, getting your troops together. This is interesting. This is interesting. Okay, this Seven of Pentacles, I was going to read on it last reading just now, but I couldn't grab what it is. Impatience, lack of long-term vision, missed opportunities, lack of progress. What is this? Okay, I do feel like it is a document thing. Actually, it feels like rules. Okay, no, it feels like the values, the rules, the things that they're given that they're supposed to be following, and they're looking at it like, psh, whatever. Because we have times changing here. And I don't think. Okay, this is the second time this showed up for Mr. Todd. I want to read on it, the Empress. I think we're dealing with an agent here. I thought he was sincere to the orange, but he knows the orange isn't here. So it's not the orange he's working for. Who the F is he working for? The Empress came up twice. What's the backstory of Todd? Because I'm getting disconnected. This is like end of democracy stuff here. This is okay. And then they are expected to be blind to it. Okay. You're supposed to just go along with it. This is okay. Who does he work for? I'm curious now. Who does Toddy Waddy really work for? Nine of Swords. I feel like we don't have to worry about that, which is interesting. There's a Nine of Swords. Or does he feel not worried about it? And the Strength card, no. Is this we or he? We. Because he's about to get cut loose. Okay, there's the Hangman again. I didn't read him last time. If you're watching replay, you probably saw him sitting right here. He's about to get cut loose. He's about to be hung out to dry. And the fact that this keeps coming for him, I'm going to say this is his card. There's the nightmares. There's the worry. There's the panic. There's the fear. Especially since they're doing the malintent. Oh, yeah. Because he was sent as a mercenary to do something. To block evidence. There's a walkaway here. There's a walkaway here as someone is now coming after him instead. This is same line, same people, same pipe. They're like, you're disposable, time to get rid of you. Oh, shit. Okay. And they're going to get rid of him the good way. Maybe? I don't know. Is this by him getting in trouble with the law? Or is this by him having a problem? Let's see. Tell me the story of Todd. Yes, somebody across the way. Somebody across the way had big plans, and now they're getting rid of him. Oh, Todd. Oh, Todd. The page is coming because they're done with him. He's no longer in the plans. The page is coming to set fire. The page is coming to deliver a really bad... Oh, the second page is coming. Y'all, Toddy is about to be outie. Toddy's about to be outie. But can you tell me who he worked for, though? Can you tell me who he worked for? Because I know who it ain't. Somebody's government. Who did he work for? It wasn't our government. Who did he work for? Who the F did he work for? Page of Swords in reverse. I don't have a Page of Swords in reverse. Who did he work for? Dishonesty, manipulation. I mean, that is who he was for them. Oh my God. He started out. Okay. So they got him when he was young. A young boy in law school. All right. Law school? Yeah, law school. Not even. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So, interesting. I'm sorry. I'm getting stories, y'all. Just hold on. Just like they got Booker. They got him in law school. Whoa. Oh, he has his hearing on Wednesday of next week. Okay, I was wondering if he was getting deposed because, yo, it's not going to go so well. I think they have a gotcha for him. Who is it? Girl, somebody connected to these damn files. It is, okay, this card was underneath the hangman in that previous thing when I didn't read the hangman for you. It's somebody connected to these files. This Page of Swords in reverse won't go back in. Is he a Federalist? Does anybody know if he's a Federalist Society person? I don't know who their ties are with. Because I just heard that Leonard guy, the one whose last name is Leo, I think he's a Federalist. I think this definitely has something to do with it. Yes. Yes. There's the pedal card. And then there's the Seven of Cups card. And it's basically you have no choice. This is what you will do. I think we're talking Federalist. But who is the Federalist connected to? Who is the Federalist connected to? Okay, that's a big yes. Ace of Cups, that's a huge yes. And again, to the pedal kids, okay. There's a lot of Federalists in the pedal files. Oh, duh. There's a lot of Federalists in the pedal files. All right, but is this a foreign nation that we're connected to? Is it a foreign nation? It depends. I need to know who Leo's. Big ol' yes. It's one big circle jerk. Sorry for that word, but it is. That's two yeses because the Ace of Cups came back. Yes, and if you notice, it got lots of children. So this is the ring of nasty. So it touches very many corners. Okay, so he was sent there. This is really interesting because I feel like he's a lot more sinister than we know. Okay, thank you. Like HIT man, Sinister. Because his real job was to off Ghizzy. He was only there to bargain to get her to trust him. And then he was going to off her. Is that correct? Oh, yeah, it was. Okay, thank you. Whoa, you guys. Is that correct? Girl, yeah, look at the hidden agenda. Why we just let in this freaking ace again? Y'all. And the chills. He was there to off Ghizzy. Like, that's his job. I see like black gloves. I see the gun. Girl, I see all that shit. Oh my God. Make her face her consequences. Oh my God. But he got stopped. Oh my God. That girl was supposed to. That's why she in a lax ass prison. The funny thing is, she doesn't trust him. And she knows not to trust him. She knows who he works for. So he was the weakest link. He did not, or she's the weakest link. Well, let's just say she played him. That's what happened. He was weak. She played him. Um, she played him. Because how you going to go up against a high priestess yourself? He didn't get far with her at all. He didn't get what he wanted. He didn't get to know where her evidence was. That's what the fuck it was about. He didn't know. Okay. Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't get the evidence he thought he wanted. He thought he was going to get. Okay. He doesn't know where her tapes are. He doesn't know where her evidence, her book is. There is a book. He doesn't know. She blocked his ass. So he couldn't kill her. He couldn't do it because he has to get that information. He needs to know who has it. He didn't get the information, but he was sent there to. And she played that game perfectly. She didn't give up nothing. That boy failed so bad. He failed because she played him, and then she knew how to play him. She played his game, being one step ahead. That's why she was able to sleep. But she does have that information out there. Oh my God. I hope y'all can still hear me. Ghizzy crazy. Oh, I hope y'all can still hear me because I don't see any comments from y'all. Whoa. I hope it's still recording because I don't want to miss that. That is crazy. Oh, you can. Okay, good. Wait. I don't know what I'm asking, but when I say that girl got copies, and them copies all over, and they looking like they're looking, it's more than one person looking. They're looking for this stuff and they're not finding it. They don't know where it is. That girl got it. Look, she got her own pages. They're not getting far. I think they might just choose to offer, but there's 2 pages here. They're not getting far with this information. And she chilling, unbothered. She's chilling unbothered because she know they will not off her. She know what they did to Epi, or at least she thinks so. Or at least they want her to think so. But it feels like there's a hitch here, though. Something they're waiting on, and she's trying not to give it to them. But the thing is, I think this evidence is going to come from somebody else. That girl, his right-hand man, his other side of the brain, that girl, because she know he was not gone. I don't know if he still is now. I got to check in. But she know he wasn't gone. He didn't go. That's what they threatened her with a little bit. Like, oh, you don't want to end up like that. And she's like, bitch, please, do you know who I am? My daddy is Robert Maxwell. My sister is in the government running things. You think she gonna let, ooh, hold on. That sister knows something. Sister girl who's in tech has the tripwire. She's the one with the tripwire, the 5 of swords. She's the one. Chills. Okay. Wait. Is that other sister? Hold on. Is that other? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. She's sitting on all of it. She has those things ready to go, like ready to fire. It's been planted. They've been waiting. I keep feeling like her sister's going to end up on a obituary, though. Because that's what happened to Mitchie's wife's sister in 24. Hold on. And that's what happened to Tulsi's aunt. Hold on. What's up with the Maxwell girls? Can you tell me about the Maxwell girls? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. These ladies are prepared to go scorch earth. 2 yeses. Uh-huh. I forgot what her sister created, but it's something major with a government contract. Okay. This some movie shit. Whew. These Maxwell girls get away with it. Okay, so tell me about the Maxwell girls. Hold on, what was that? The devil. Okay. But the sun's still here and the temperance in reverse. What is happening? What is happening? Okay. There's a very determined person here. Who's the actual devil? Because they're doing their damnedest not to have this information out. They're overseas. It's not Peter. No. Peter's on his own God trip. Too busy being the Antichrist. Okay. Do we know of that devil? There's some here, girls. There's that page and there's that knight. Do we know? Those are both yes cards. Do we know of that devil? Do we know of that devil? Another yes card. He's the one who sends the HIT mans out. The 2 knights. The ones that infiltrate G-mints and the ones who go and knock people off. Whoa. Okay. It's a King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands in reverse, as has also the King of Swords in reverse, they both tend to be the prince for me. Over there in the hot place. But this was also that nanny boo-boo guy. I guess that's why they're not worried about him anymore. But there's something else here because they're still doing it even though he's not alive. Or they don't know he's not alive. They've got to know because he would have been over here by now. I'm sorry, hold on. There's a page. This is usually my boy, Shady Pants. Is that the wrench? Hold on. Okay, was Nanny Boo the devil? Or the whole thing that ran that? Was that the devil? Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Because that fits. That fits. How, girl, these things go so doggone deep. It's crazy. When I say them files could probably reach the moon. Yes. Personal growth, personal move on. Hangman, new perspective. I feel like Hades. I feel like Shady is a wrench. Is that a game that Peter was playing? Like he threw a wrench into the thing? Okay. Was the Blue Star Gov a 5 death card? Oh, who are you answering? The 5 death card. 5 of Cups. I was, because there's a judgment card that's a yes here. So that's telling me it's a good call that Shady is the wrench. Because Peter's playing his own game. He tried to, okay. Peter's playing his own game. That's why he got his freaking Lord of the Rings into. Oh, I thought they used him, but no. He did that so they would allow him to infiltrate. Oh, you nasty little bitch. Okay, hold on. Here's our pedal men. All our people being blackmailed, whether they did it or not, because y'all, drugs were involved. There's a judgment call. Yes, yes, yes. Was the Blue Star G-Mint the devil card? Was the Blue Star G-Mint the devil card? The one with Nanny Boo Boo and those weird soldiers who like bestiality. When I say this is very interesting, we have a 2 of Pentacles here. So partially yes, partially no, because there's a maybe here. Because, I mean, obviously not a total yes, because the women are really trying to get rid of these men. But the whole thing, because remember that Baraka guy, or whatever his name was, is part of those files as well. So yes, there's that power here. Okay, so exactly, because the women are trying to get rid of this, except for his wife. The women were trying to get rid of this, but I got the Emperor, I have the Hierophant, I have the King of Swords. Most of the branches, especially the male-dominated branches, are it, but they have women detractors that are against them. However, they do have these partnerships, the people they buy off, the money that they let flow and receive, and the files that they use to keep over people so they can oust people if they get out of line, or they can take people out if they get out of line and put their own justice spin on it as they hide the real evidence, the files. And they look from overseas with their hidden agenda. This is the J card. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm coming back to Toddy on this. The people who are in there now, I wonder what's the average age of the perpetrators? Girl, it looks like 40. It really does. It looks like the 70-year-olds are using the 40-year-olds. But there's somebody, there's going to be a ground standing, and there's going to be some leaking going on big time. Because I'm getting back to Toddy. Because he's so white. I don't know where he comes from. But he might be like very white passing. You know what I mean? Why do I feel like we just jumped or looped or jumped or something? Um, that's interesting, Sean. That you looped twice? Ooh. Okay. That's a yes to you. I don't know if you just had your timeline thing, but we just had something earlier when I got started. I forgot what I was asking. Back to Todd. What is he? Does anybody know? Like, I do the research, but my keyboard is gone. It's over there. Mm. Okay. 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 I'm getting chills. Damn. Okay. The card that hit the table is the Four of Wands. This is the white place that belongs to people, to the people. This is that card. Then we have the Fight card, the Hillbilly Brawl, as the twins call it, the Five of Wands card, as energy to this four. And then we have a new beginning. What are we talking about here? Off a cliff, fool. Okay. If I'm back on Todd, what's happening? Okay, we already know about the malintent. What's happening? What are you showing me? Like, I'm trying to figure out who he is, what he is, or something like that. Um, I'm just coming back to Todd. I'm a real boy. No, I'm a hound dog. Okay. This is interesting. Okay. So when I'm like back to Todd and we get the people's house, I get the infiltration, right? What he was put there for. And then you get the Five of Wands as the energy to that people's house. So you get what he was there for, the fighting, the shit stir, like that type of thing. But there was something else he was there for, because there's this Fool card. Something about walking off the cliff. I do think part of his job was to help bring the whole thing down. There's a number of people doing that, a number of people who want it done. But there's something else here. I got people conspiring against him. So again, I have the Queen. She's sitting on a lot of evidence. I have the Three of Pentacles. You got people meeting in secret, meeting in those shadows, meeting in the places where the AI doesn't reach. So these people have been meeting for a very long time. Again, this is Earth card, Earth energy. Everything else that was on the table is fast energy. So this has been going on for a very long time. Even before Blondie, but especially since. There's something new coming, and it's not for him. It feels, it does involve our actual allies. I have three kings right now. Wow. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I have this king, I have that king, which is the EO king, and this is our foreign allies. And then I have him, the King of Swords, because he's over DOJ, but he's in reverse. These two kings are not going to tolerate him for much longer, because I see evidence coming and him having to get a move on because the leakers come and they're going to call him out as a mercenary. And there's prison time here. Or there's illegal trouble. Possibly, I want to say arrest, but it could just be his arrest or impeachment being set in motion. Oh, wait, aren't they supposed to be trying to confirm him or something? He's been a repug since 24. Okay, first of all, Carly, none of them were actual blueberries. It was all infiltration. That's the thing I do know. They were not blueberries. They were just sitting in the off the radar. I know some shit gonna come out after him extremely fast. Um, oh my God, this is crazy. I don't know. I think he's gonna think he did well at that confirmation hearing thing, but not so fast. This is a judgment card in reverse. Um, I get this information of not being on the up and up coming out because here comes the tower. Again, the tower, this is inevitable. So it's coming. Okay, so that's the confirmation. All right, let me read on that. Let me see how that's going to go. I don't think it's going to go well, but we'll see. Especially if they can get Mass in. No, they can't get Massie in before that. But there's a put out to pasture. This is like the you're fired card for me. The four of swords. Let's see though. He's got too much foreign interference. And then there's the misuse of power. Oh my God, I'm chilling. Like, why am I chilling? Okay. And the fact that he's trying to move documents. That's what he's doing. That's, oh my God. They just had that case that went before the Supremes about him being able to take confidential files. Yes, because here's the hidden high priestess. Okay. They're going to be trying to move papers out. They are moving papers out. What papers? They're moving stuff out. That's how this paperwork is getting leaked. $1,200 former DOJ people said he's not. Wow. Okay. Here's the thing. There's definitely a plan to exchange information for money. There's also this guy is a piece of work, but he is not going to escape his consequence. All right, let's read on him. Is he going to be confirmed? Will he be confirmed? I think we're just going to stick to this deck today. I do want to do Nick's real quick. Will he be confirmed? This is interesting. I got both of these in reverse, though. There's something about lovers in reverse, and there's temperance in reverse. However, the lovers card is a yes card. I have the Wheel of Fortune card as a yes card. Hold on, I see the words inner conflict. Nope, that's a Two of Swords. All right, so I think these people don't know what they're going to do yet. There's a Hermit card that's... I don't think so. There's a Hermit card here where he's isolated and alone. They might split his hearing into 2 days instead of just one. Because this is a Justice card. Does this mean he becomes a justice? The justice? I don't know, because there's a Two of Swords here. Two of Wands in reverse, and then there's the Panic of Nightmare. The manipulation, and that Scorch Earth energy here. And then his misuse of power. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to read this. Am I reading it as in this works for him? Because there's a Karma card here, but there's a Hangman here that's not going to get far. And then there's a Three of Wands that's in reverse that says, no, this will not go. Then there's a Ten of Pentacles. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to get confirmed. I think this will be the first one where he doesn't. However, this just said maybe. Because there's a there's an Emperor in reverse. No. Okay. If there's a yes, it's going to be seen as a betrayal. I don't know if there's an appeal situation, but it seems like there will be a call for something. What happens if people strongly disagree with a confirmation? Elizabeth is waiting for him with questions on the slush. That explains the Ten of Pentacles. 101 former judges also wrote a letter. But didn't they also... Interesting. Isn't Elizabeth also a cup? Isn't she an Aquarius? I think she's an Aquarius. There's a huge decision ahead, y'all. A huge decision ahead. I still think some people don't know what they're going to do. I think this is why we have a this is why we have a split in timeline for the second, one of the reasons. There's something big coming. I just felt it. I don't know if it's a confrontation, but it looks like it might be one. Head to head. Rogue soldiers? That's a good ass question. How can we get all these old people out to bring, tell people to register? That's where we start. A third of the country isn't registered. That's where we start. A third of the people who are able to aren't. And people go, "You're not going to vote your way out of it." Yeah, actually, we will. That's why they're trying to block it. See, strength. It's the women's voices that get to tame the lion. We have to use them. That's how we change it. But that's why they're fighting us so hard. All right. Plus, people are like, they're just going to cheat. Let them. Let them. Because that is when the trap gets snapped. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. All right. So, let's get back here. Okay. He worked as an attorney for SDNY for... Okay. Somebody else... Hold on. Somebody else was in SDNY. Oh my God, I just heard about him. Oh my gosh. I can't think about it. I wonder if they were during the same time. Yeah, they all served under... Okay. He got his JD at Brooklyn Law. Confirmation on the 15th. Okay. Yeah, we sure did. We definitely discussed that. We kept getting the Four of Swords for him, so... And we got the Hermit. So he's out there. That's why he was recruited in school. We got that Toddy was recruited in school as a Page of Swords. He showed great promise for being a criminal. So, GOP scared they don't want to interview him. Okay. Y'all, something's coming. I'm telling you, something's coming. We have the Lovers and the Death card. Something nice is coming. I don't know what. I'm a little panicked, only because I can't see what it is. I probably could if I would sit down and be quiet for once, but I keep playing games on my phone. Okay, where were we? What was this question? Was it the confirmation? Will he get confirmed? Will he be confirmed as attorney? It's a no, but that's a yes. Who is that? That's a no. Let's see what hit the table, though. Ooh, 3 yes cards. And it's because of the files. We got the 2 of Cups. It's a partnership. Two of Cups is partnership. Six of Cups, that's my files card, the pedos. And then the Knight of Swords in reverse is a yes card, but it's in reverse. And it is reckless. All right. It's interesting though, because I have this Queen of Wands. Mind you, she's a yes. And then underneath her is the Lovers being broken in reverse. And then we have the Four of Swords and then the Ten of Swords and then the Death card. Y'all, these are 3 death cards. The hell? This is not what he's going to do. What is this? I need to look up if you can invalidate a confirmation. Or is that just impeachment that happens? Y'all, the Tower is right there. Oh my gosh. That's 5 death cards, basically. What the hell is going on? I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. Okay. So I'm not supposed to just go by the words. Yes is the intention because there's a partnership of protecting the people in the files. That is a yes. This Knight of Swords, which is a yes also, but it's in reverse. And this is saying it's not going to go forward. And the reason I can give for that is the Four of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Death card, and the Tower underneath. And then losing the opportunity, the Ace of Pentacles, and this opportunity being given to someone else. Okay, so honestly, I don't think he'll get it. I think it's going to go that way. And then it feels like there's a break that's put on. How is that even possible, though? But he has extremely... This feels... Okay, this feels more like past, and this feels like present future. So, okay. Hold on. Yeah, phone games are absolutely addictive. I had to delete all of them. I have one more left to delete. I think I'm going to delete it after tomorrow, after I hit day 7 or whatever it is. I got to delete them because I'm being told to. Because it's like you can't hear me if you're not listening. Okay. When I tell you all of this is waking people up and exposing people, girl, yeah. It's really interesting. For instance, like all of a sudden this Noah talk is picking up steam. And then what do? They have to steal the story again. Oh, yeah. I talked to Mitch. It's really interesting. Will they deport? Virginia is going to get even. Virginia has a lot of explaining to do. I think he'll be shocked in the questioning. I think that's what might be what's going to happen. Maybe 5 people will pass. Not by next week. Hold on. Remember, Todd can become unhinged. Oh, he definitely can. He's worse than 50 Dow. You're right. Because I feel like it's just death. Like, I'm like not even lying. I'm going to show you. So again, we went from the partnership for the pedos, like to protect, protect the people. So they have to say yes because some of them are in the files, but also some of them are paid to say yes, right? So there's some you'll never see stand up because they have extremely vulnerable positions. But immediately after those yeses was this Knight of Swords. And then the energy there was the Four of Swords, So that's like, pause. So this might be the break in the confirmation. That could be what happens. It's going swell and then there's a break. Okay, possibly. Because then there is, yeah, no, this is over. Followed by the death card. And like I said, I saw this here, the Ace of Pentacles, which is not being successful. The Tower was on the bottom. And then the other pentacle I saw was this being given to someone else. And he has a scales in his hand. So it's being shifted to someone else. Okay, let's just go to Nyx because I have more questions. We're going to go to Nyx and then we'll wrap up. Remember, Toddy can become unhinged. Absolutely. Yeah, it's very likely he'll blow it, but I kind of feel like, you know how Christy got fired while she was talking at a press conference? That could very much happen. Like, says something F up, like fumbles, and he's really practiced. But all they have to do is get under his skin. And they know, oh my God, hold on, let me see something. Is that what they're going to do? Is that what they're going to do? Are they going to get under his skin? And they need to take a break. Bye, Carly. We're going to wrap up, girl. Aw, miss ya. Are they going to get under his skin? And he'll have to take a break. Is that what's going to happen? Because it feels like it's broken. Like there's two. And we did see a lot of twos. We saw the Two of Pentacles, we saw the Two of Cups, and we saw the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords repeatedly. So there's a lot of like split. That's a yes card. That's the Tower. And that's the delay. The delays. And that's S's aces back to back. Again, missed opportunity, delay, being defeated, being asked out. Well, Five of Pentacles. And then this is my petal man card versus the kids. And then there he is. And then somebody's going to pull a rabbit out of a hat. There's a magician card right after him. And then there's a star. And there's a page. So something might come during break. Missed opportunity, lost battle. And then he's no longer a headache for us because truth is going to come down. And they don't go for him. This is interesting. I want to say it looks smooth. It looks like it's going. And then there's a break for a reason. All right. Let's ask Nyx and then we're going to wrap up. Because I did not think I was going to hit 2 hours today, and then I did. Hello, darling. Uh-oh. Where is my... Nyx does not like to swing without his board. I hope I have his board. I don't like this deck. It has a snake in it. And a big old green snake. I can't even pretend it's not one. So I will not be using that deck. The Urban Tarot. Nope. Like, how am I going to read when my phobia is triggered? That's why he got the heck on also. Too many monkey wrenches thrown his way. I wonder. There's something else about Peter to us. I know we read on him a little bit that he's there to try to take that over from afar, like do his work from afar. But I still see uniforms going after him. Sounds like a plan. I don't know. I just don't like the feel of those cards. I don't even know why I bought them because they're not my usual. So I might have accidentally added to cart, and when I paid, just paid for them because they don't tell a story. So I don't know why I got them. Anyway, let's put the yes here. I think you guys can see. We did a full moon bath. Oh, let's do a sound bath real quick for you though. Oh my God. Not with you. Yeah, some do. Like, oh my God, I love the Empath Soul decks. Those are beautiful. Like, they really work. It's my clay, it's the blue one, it's the purple one. They're really good. And that one has a snake in it too on the Wheel of Fortune. I just try not to look at it. So, hold on. Okay. Do a sound bath. Oh my God. When I say we talked about a lot today, so far we've talked about Toddy Blage. I try not to say things for the transcripts to pick up, but just call him Toddy Waddy. We talked about Noah at the very beginning. Noah Wells, if you don't know what's happening with that, you will very shortly. We also talked about Mitchy Witchy, and I had one more. Where are we in the story? I'll save that for tomorrow because I want time to read on that. I feel like that is the right question to ask. We'll see. And then we had a whole side quest. We had a whole side quest. We learned what Toddy Waddy was actually there to do to Miss Ghizzy, and that Ghizzy played his behind, and that her government contract sister is a lot more involved than we think. Okay, we learned a lot, right? Okay. Hello, Nix. May we do politics with Nix? Okay, that's a yes. So, back and forth is a yes. Can you please show me a no? Please show me a no. Please show me a no. Side to side is a no. Show me a yes, please, so that they can see the difference again. Please show me a yes. Sorry, clearly. Okay, back and forth is a yes. All right, let's ask a clarifying question. Not clarifying question, I don't know. Baseline question is what I call it. Am I currently wearing a dress? That's a yes. I live in Miami. Is it currently snowing in this timeline on July 8th? Is it currently snowing in Miami on this timeline? Okay, side to side is a no. I know my hand moves slightly because I'm human and I have these things called nerves and veins and skin and blood. And those things don't say, wait, she's reading. Let's not move. Okay, so there's going to be like little moves, but I'm not doing this. Okay. All right. Are you ready to read? Can we do politics with Nix? Politics with Nix with Nix. Politics with Nix. Okay, that's a yes. Okay, first question. We got the Hermit for our boy Mitch, and the Hermit I interpreted as he's already on the spirit plane, whether they're keeping him alive with machines or not. Is he currently walking or living in the spirit world? That's a yes. Is he currently breathing on his own, exchanging oxygen for carbon? And I know from humans it's carbon to oxygen. I'm just saying, is there an exchange? There's no exchange. Okay. Will he be back in the Senate to vote soon? Will Mitchy Poo be back in Senate to vote soon? That's still a no. Thank you guys for the likes, the shares, the subscribes. All of those things are so helpful. Okay, that's a very clear no. Thank you very much. Interesting thing about his wife. Was his wife actually his handler? We received that she was the empress to his, I forgot what his thing was. But basically the backs were turned. Was she the handler? That's a yes. Did they have a love match? Were they in love with each other? That's a no. Did she threaten him at times? With bodily harm or with anything else? Sorry, my hand is slipping. 1 second. Okay. Did she threaten him with bodily harm or telling her actual people? Did she ever threaten him? That's a yes. Speaking of threats, back in 2020, I believe, Mitchy Poo had some purple bruises around his lips and his knuckles, and those were the main two places. Those are unusual bruises. Was that due to being roughed up by some aggressive people? Wait, hold on. Why is my hand moving? Hold still. I think I'm slipping. This is my first time doing it on this mat. Was Mitchy Poo roughed up by some very strong people and ordered to say things a certain way? That's a yes. I'm trying to see how it looks like in the phone, but my hand is blocking. Maybe go higher. There we go. Was our reading on Noah kind of close to what actually happened? Was it actually jealousy? Was there some jealousy as part of this with what happened to Noah? See, y'all, it goes kind of still on me, so I don't know if it wants to. Okay. Let's take it more than jealousy then. Let's put it this way. Was his death deliberate? Was his death deliberate? Like, was he supposed to die? No. Sorry. Does that mean his death was actually an accident? Was his death actually an accident? Yes. Do they have a hand in his death, whether accidental or deliberate? Yes. When we were reading on this, I had a gurgle. There was fluid in his lungs. Is that part of his passing? Yes. Did his lungs get punctured during a fight, or did he swallow water? Did his lungs get punctured, or did he swallow water? I'm sorry. That was a yes with the fluid on the lungs. I'll ask it that way. Did he have fluid on his lungs? Did he have fluid on his lungs, which contributed to his passing? That's a yes. That's a big yes. Was it one main perpetrator to what happened? Was there one main person involved? Yes. Were they really best of friends? Was he and this perpetrator really best of friends? Wait, did he think they were best of friends? Okay, yeah. I'm trying to get a no question here. Did he cause his own passing? Was no other cause of his own passing? Sorry, hold on. Was Noah the cause of his own passing? No. Was alcohol and or drugs involved? Okay, hold on. Did the fight spring from alcohol, loose tongues, like, inhibitions being free? That's sort of a yes. It's not a strong one. Okay, did alcohol just let them say what's really on their minds? So was this always simmering? Okay, that's a yes. And did they get in a physical fight? Okay, that's a yes. Did they kiss and make up at the end? Did they kiss and make up and be good friends at the end and everybody went home and had a good time? Okay, that's a no. Was it really over a girl? Okay, that's pretty still. Was the girl kind of a catalyst? Like just a catalyst to getting everything off their chest? Okay, that's a yes. Not that it's her fault, but that this was just a trigger. That's a yes. Did those boys look for him at all? They didn't have to. Okay, so did they have to look for him, or did they already know? Well, did they already know what happened to him? Did they already know what happened to him? Did he I don't want to get into it. It gets very graphic, but I just saw something, so I'm going to leave it alone. But basically, did they watch it happen? Did they watch it happen? Did other students, other fresh grads, did the other people who were there, did they see the final thing that happened? Okay, yes. The case we read is going to either fall to a mistrial or get dragged or have to get moved. Will there be a delay in justice? Will there be a manipulative delay in justice? That's a yes. But will there be ultimately justice? Like a clear answer as to who did what or did not do what? That's a yes. And will anyone come forward to help provide that information? How is that looking for you guys? Because I can't see. If so, this had a lot to do with justice. Is this the guy? Yeah, the guy from the boat? Yes. Will anyone come forward with real information? That's a yes. There's a lot of uncertainty around that, though, because it feels like people are trying to hide some of the things that they did with it. What's confusing? Because you'll have to see the reading from earlier, but it was pretty clear. I'm just checking my answers is what I'm doing. I should write my answers down so I can clearly check them. Yeah, they're going to cover. But those two boys, we saw a split. So will they give up the other guy? Eventually. Let me put it that way. Will they eventually give up the other guy? Okay, that's a yes. We kept getting a split, like a 3 of wands. So it was like 1 and 2. So it's going to be slow. That much I do know. It's going to be really, really, really slow. All right. Toddy B. Toddy B. Was one of his jobs to actually off Ghizzy? Was it to build trust and then off Ghizzy? Oh, okay. Was it to build trust and off Ghizzy? Was he supposed to be her HIT man? That's a yes. It's going back and forth. Or was he to set it up? Was he? Okay. Yes, he was supposed to set up the HIT. But first, was he to build trust with her? Yes. Did she play him? We'll just leave that as a end of the question. Did she play him? Did she play his game better than him? Yes. Is her sister involved? That's a big yes. Not involved with Jeffrey, but involved with trying to keep her sister alive. Let's get a no question. Was Ghizzy married to Jeffrey? Was Ghizzy and Jeffrey married? Make it bigger, please, so that people can see it and not just think it's me and you. Okay. No, she was not married to him. So, will Ghizzy successfully get out of bars? Okay, there's a yes. And will there be an end waiting for her? Will they try to end her? Make it clear, please. Will anyone try to end her? I would say no, but you're moving kind of weird. Will there be anyone left to end her? Will anyone be free and on the outside left to tie up the loose end of her? Okay, so there will still be people free. Will they even try, knowing that she's played the game better than them? Will they try to end her? Please make your answer clearer. It's a no, but it's an ever slight no. Will they eventually try to? I feel like everybody's getting old. Will she be safe? Let's just put it that way. If she manages to escape, with help or without, will she be safe for the remainder of her life? Sorry. I think she's going to go underground, so to speak. She's definitely got a face that can hide. Will she safely live out the remainder of her years? This looks like a yes, but it's kind of paused. Is that to be determined? Is that still to be determined? Sorry. Is it still to be determined whether or not she will manage to get out? Would it still be determined whether or not she manages to get out? Okay, that's a yes. As of right now, in this current timeline of which we are in, will she escape? Be it help or without help? It looks like she's going to manage to escape. That's just interesting. His body language towards her was off. He just needed her to recruit. Yeah. Towards the end, that's interesting because that brings something else up, but I'm not there yet. I didn't receive the picture in full just then. Towards the end, it's kind of like, what did she do? Like, how did she go off rails? And I say her because he never changed. He was always the asshole he is. It's like, it feels like she kind of crossed him or something. What did she do? Crossed him, crossed some line. Maybe it's one of the lines with the girls, because some of the girls said that she messed with them, and maybe that was a line for him. I don't know. There's something that's displeasure, is what I'm getting. It felt like displeasure because she broke a rule or something. You know, it's interesting because I'm getting the hit dog line, or like the dog that didn't bark line, that just came to pass. I don't know where her response was to that, where he's like, the dog didn't bark or something. So I wonder if he suspected that she was part of that. It depends on her response. Um, that's interesting. Okay, let's see. Is Toddy being replaced? Let's see. Um, will Todd, hold on. Will Todd be confirmed? Will he be confirmed next week? Mm. In this current timeline, on this current path that we are on, will Todd be confirmed next week? See, I'm getting uncertainty. I'm not even getting a movement. There's an uncertainty here. Okay, let's see if I can get you to move on something. Is the orange man exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide? Is the orange man exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide? That's a no. Is the orange man currently in the spirit world? Is the orange man currently back over on the other side in the spirit world? That's a yes. Is the orange man barking out orders to people at all in this current year? That's a no. Are the people in the clown show pretending to be him? Are they pretending to be him on his socials? Yes. Are there body doubles that are pretending to be him, like passing by in the cars and stuff? Yes. Is he able to make decisions for us in the living spirit world? I mean, the living world, excuse me. Is he able to make any decisions for us on the side of the living? That's a no. Has he made any decisions for us at all in this current year of 2026, especially after the last winter solstice? Has he made any decisions for us after the last winter solstice? That's a no. Have we seen the actual Orangentine man on a television screen, the real guy, the one living, breathing flesh guy? Have we seen him since the winter solstice? No. Is he alive? No. Is he not alive? Is he not part of the land of the living? Yes. Okay. These are the same answers I get all the time. So, at this point, in this lifetime, on this trajectory that we're in, is Toddy Waddy going to be AG? Is it AG? Will he get crowned the Department of Justice head? In this current lifetime, will Toddy Waddy get to be the DOJ dude, the AG? That's a no. Will he permanently get to be the dude? Is he going to piss off whomever he is working for and they replace him? Probably mid-hearing. I added that part. But he is being replaced. That's a yes. He will be replaced. So one more question. So will Mitch be able to vote in his confirmation hearing? Will Mitch be able to attend his confirmation hearing? That's a no. Okay, so one big question before I wrap it up. Has the tide turned? Has the tide towards rebalancing and good? Has it finally turned towards rebalancing and good? Has the tide finally turned? It's a very soft yes. So I would say we're still turning the ship around. Oh, yeah. It's not even just copycats. It's literally artificial stuff. I think that's it. I think that's all I had to check for my answers today. Was there one more thing? Was there anything? I think that was it. I think that was all we had to do. Okay. So, I'm gonna thank you, by the way. Thank you. I'm gonna put that away. Thanks, Nix. All right, and then I'm gonna catch a nap. Okay, you guys. It's been a heavy weekend, and I won't say I'm glad to be back. Not just yet. I would rather not have to read on this stuff, but I need to feel a little bit better, and to be with you guys. Yeah, it's a really soft yes, and I will take that soft yes. I will take it because it's not a no. I was scared it was going to say no. Like, nope, y'all aren't there yet. But I kind of get this vision of us turning this boat around, and like we're still not fully turned, but it's coming. So hopefully we stay on that trajectory. And so thank y'all for the likes, thank y'all for the shares. If you like the community we have, though I got on really late, so you didn't get to meet all the ladies, go ahead and hit subscribe so that when we go live a little earlier tonight, you will be able to chat with us, because that's the only way we do it. Because every time I try not to, we get some crazies. Anyway, thank y'all so much. Love you. Bye bye. All right, y'all. Have a great one.